Let me tell you a story about a pair of brothers, Andy and Dustin, they're like no others. They hit the road, traveling land, testing out food, ain't that grand. From fast food joints to local dives, they're on a mission, taking crazy drives. They'll sample it all, junk food galore, but the question remains, what's worth fighting for? Southern DN'A, showing down Southern DN'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. Let me tell you a story about a pair of brothers, Andy and Dustin, they're like no others. They hit the road, traveling land, testing out food, ain't that grand. From fast food joints to local dives, they're on a mission, taking crazy drives. They'll sample it all, junk food galore, but the question remains, what's worth fighting for? Southern DN'A, they're chowing down Southern DN'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. Southern DN'A, we're chowing down Southern DN'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. Southern DN'A, we're chowing down Southern DN'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. The flavors that'll make you satisfied. Southern DN'A, chowing down Southern DN'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching for.
What up, everybody? Hopefully this little issue with reconnection happens soon. I'm having some droppage issues. I don't know what's going on. No idea. I think I'm good. Who knows? Not sure what happened there. But right in the middle of the intro, it starts dropping frames for some reason, or dropping connection. I don't know why. Might have been just an issue with it's like Christmas is right around the corner. Kids are out for out of school. Internet could be just overloaded right now with people online. So it's hard telling what's going on. But like always, I'm going to go ahead and start the stream off, just letting you know how you can help support the channel, and then we'll get into the stream itself. If you want to support me personally, there's all the links are in the description and in the dropout down box in the chat. You can click on the drop down up there and find out. But Blackout Coffee Company is who I'm affiliated with, because I believe in their coffee. It's really good coffee. I drink it every single day. Cannot go a day without drinking my Blackout coffee. And right now, there's a flash sale going on. If you want to get you some of that coffee, and I do say you probably should go get you some coffee right now, because it's flash sale right now. Use code PODSALE to get buy one box single serving pods and get the second box 50% off. And plus, if you've not bought any coffee affiliated with me, you can use my promo code SDNA20 and get 20% off of your order. Like I said, if you want to check it out, use my link through the description or the drop down box and get you some good coffee. They've got everything you think of, from pods to flavored coffee, from flavored coffee to regular coffee. You can even donate bags to troops overseas. It's a really good company, and I drink their coffee every day. I don't, anything that we throw out there as suggestions as far as buying stuff, unless I personally believe in it, I will not, shill that out. So there's that's who you can buy. And like I said, they even got cold brews, so you can buy cold brews through them. But yeah, Blackout Coffee Company is where you need to go to get your coffee. Also, if you want to support the channel in general, me and Andy, we do have a shop where you can buy shirts, hats, coffee cups, mugs, desk mats, you name it, it's on here. The link is in the description and in the drop down of the chat. All right, done. Boom, over with. See, easy, painless. We got through it. No big deal. And man, it is. We're days away from Christmas, and I can't believe how fast this year has flown by. I was thinking about it this morning. I woke up and I was like, I was just swimming not too long ago. It felt like I was just swimming, and here we are. It's Christmas now. The gifts are wrapped underneath the Christmas tree, ready to go. And, I got some, holiday get-togethers, Christmas get-togethers to get with family stuff coming right up. Like starting tomorrow, we got a birthday party we got to go to for my grandniece. And then we go straight into Christmas on Wednesday. And then, it's one thing after another because we're here. I mean, I feel like we was just at Thanksgiving. That's what's weird. I feel like I was just talking about this at Thanksgiving, and here we are now. We're at Christmas. So crazy that we are here now. And it went by so quick. I don't know if I'll have any, anybody join up with me today. They're more than welcome to join up. They can jump into the Discord and we can bring them in if they're even up. I know Cody, he is up. I don't know what he's doing today. He may be busy. I don't know. We did get him to the last live stream. He's supposed to be making a new video. So he actually got more views thanks to people watch this channel for going over there and checking this video out. So Trooper Monkey, he got some video views. And also Jaden, I'm sure he just released a couple of videos. I think if you want to go check out some gaming content, you're more than welcome. Also, I like to say thank you for the last video we did. Y'all, I know the Paisleys, I didn't think they was going to. I didn't know if they would. I didn't ask them to, but they posted our video on their channel, and we got a lot of views from it. And I want to say thank you for all the new views and the new subscribers we got from that. We are now over 2,300 subscribers. This year has been insane. Just the amount of growth this channel's done, and I'm hoping next year doesn't fall short. Now, like I said, we will be taking one month off. Like we usually take 2 months off, but in the year we take usually January and July. This year we did not do that. We only took January off. And still had videos for you in July, but we will take January off. It just helps us get refocused on the year. And I've already got some places in mind that I'm going to be doing some different content type for you. More in-depth stuff. I've already talked to one of the owners of the place, and we're going to set something up probably next month that I can go ahead and film and get it ready for you in February. So there's new stuff coming down next month. Some local faces that you may have seen will be on those videos. So I'm excited to see what next year brings. This year, like I said, y'all helped us get bigger than we were the year before last and the year before last. And it means the world to me, and I know it does to Andy also. thank you to, Jaden and Cody for coming in and hanging out with me on Fridays when they can, and for being here for our very first live stream taste test. I was a live stream taste test very first, and when we did our very first multi people. I mean, usually it's just me and Andy mostly, but me and somebody else if Andy's not able to. And that was the first time we had 4 people, and it was a challenge. We got it done though. Audio probably wasn't the best in the world. We wasn't really set up and capable of doing something to that scale just yet, but we did it anyways. And thank them for coming up here and hanging out. We actually watched the game afterwards, hung out. We had a big feast of food afterwards too. Thank you for watching my weight loss videos that I've been doing. It's for those that have been following along. It's still going strong. I'm still losing weight, and we're going in the right direction. I thought Thanksgiving was going to be an issue, but I made it through Thanksgiving no problem. I'm a little bit worried about Christmas because they fall in the middle of the week, and I'm not sure I'm going to navigate properly around Christmas as well. But Thanksgiving fell just right where I could do everything the way I needed to, and it wasn't going to be an issue. So, yeah, this more than anything, thank you for all the people that hang out, watch the streams, watch the videos every single week, comment on all that stuff. I appreciate everything. Y'all don't know really when y'all share it to Facebook and to Instagram, Twitter, wherever y'all share the videos to, it helps out so much. Me and actually last week was kind of a test. Me and Cody and Jay were playing around, and we figured out the more people that like and comment on a video, not just share, but like, comment on the video, does push the video up for more views. So every time y'all do that, every time y'all like a video, every time you comment on it, it helps put it into the threshold of YouTube to say, hey, there's interaction going on with this video. We need more eyes on it to see what if anybody else is interested. So if you like a video, please hit that like button. It don't cost nothing. If you can't, I understand times are hard right now. If you can't afford to support me in any other way, liking, sharing, and commenting is the best way to do it. Not just on our videos, our live streams, all that stuff. That helps out so much. And there's been a few videos this year it's been like that y'all have stepped up, and at least 1 or 2 of y'all have shared it to, big pages, and that had asked a question, I think, about a burger or something. And that video ends up getting bigger because of it. So anytime y'all share it to your pages with your friends and stuff, let them know that we are alive and we are doing this thing, helps grow the channel. and I really do appreciate it when y'all do that. That's the best thing y'all can do for us. The best gift y'all can give us this Christmas is to share our videos. So we can continue doing this thing that y'all are tuning in and watching. And I appreciate it. I see we got, a new person in our Discord too. I don't know who this person is. They didn't announce who they were. They just joined up last week after the live stream sometime. A few days after live stream. So I don't know where they came from, but they're in our group now. So welcome to that person coming in. If you're not a part of the Discord, please join. Join up on the Discord because you can talk to me live on these Friday hangouts, and maybe on a Saturday when we're doing taste test, you can come and talk to us live while we're doing that stuff. So helps out. It's just a place to hang out. It really doesn't help us out any. We just build a community, try to build a community up for people to hang out and that enjoy our content. And it's a clean, safe place for y'all to come and hang out and get to know each other. And you can talk about food. You can, there's recipes on there that me and Andy have done. I'm going to probably post, maybe I got to talk to, I think Andy be okay with it, but I'll probably do it on Christmas. I went to Andy's church. They was doing almost like a walkthrough skit play thing. I don't know what you would call it, but I videoed it, and it was more for just, family. And I'll probably put it on the Discord too for those that want to see it. It's got like copyrighted music in it, so it's not going to go to it's not going to be blasted out for everybody to see. So if you're on the Discord, you may get to see it here coming up. But tomorrow is our last video of the year, and then the 28th will be our last live stream of the year. So we are only technically 2 to 3 videos away, because I mean, we'll have tomorrow's video at 8 a.m. We'll bounce up there, and then I'll have next Friday's live stream, and then Saturday the live stream for our last live stream of the year. That'll be it. That's all said and done. After that, we are done for the year. January we'll be taking a break and relaxing, hopefully a little bit. And I know you're probably wondering, why don't I have a hat on? I just didn't feel like putting a hat on today. I just got out of the shower and I didn't feel like putting a hat on, so I felt like just relaxing and a little bit more less made up, I guess you can say, of sorts. I don't know. I'm wearing my relaxing gear. I got my sleep pants on because they're flannel and comfy, and Christmas shirt, and yeah, so I'm just hanging out with y'all today, chilling. I'm not going to be on here super long. The wife should be getting home early today because she's getting ready to go take her vacation for 2 weeks, and for Christmas and stuff. So I'll be jumping off here early because she'll be coming home early too, and I don't know if we're going to do anything when she gets home or not. So I don't, might not. We'll see. But I hope you enjoy tomorrow's video. It's more Christmas aligned than it is anything else. It's not going to be a super, fancy video. Andy was going to be here for it, but he was not feeling good when we was going to shoot it, and he had other things going on too. So there's just no way we could get that video filmed and get it ready for tomorrow. So, but yeah, like I said, if anybody's watching and you want to join in on the Discord, you're more than welcome to. Just if you join up, make sure you're a party to the Discord for one, and then make sure you go into the if you're not a mod, of course, like Jaden or something. Jaden can just join the live stream channel by himself. But if you want to come and ask a question on the Discord, there's a live stream waiting room, and that's where you'll join up, and I can drag you into the actual live stream channel, and you can ask me a question about any of our videos or anything that you would like to ask, PG related. This is a very clean channel. We keep it to PG, so want to make sure it's safe for all ages to watch. But yeah, if you want to ask a question or something, you're more free to. Oh, looks like we may have somebody coming in. So let me put my headset on. Let's see. Was Cody there? He might be joining up in a second. So I dragged him into the channel. He looked like he hopped on, going to be a part of the channel today. So he might be getting everything hooked up and set up or whatever. There he is. Let's see if. Hang on 1 second. Hang on, we get your audio. Audio's not coming through for some reason. Let's see. Why is my audio not coming through? All right, try again. Say something again there.
Yeah, I joined.
Oh, there you go.
I joined
Gotcha.
because I had a question.
All right, what's your question, Cody, man?
I I just had a question. You were talking in the stream. I was watching, and you said join if you had a question. Well, my question is, as a food critic, as a food entrepreneur, as a food reviewer,
Sure.
what can we expect for your Christmas dinner?
Okay, so usually on Christmas, we have my wife has a custom in their family that we do every Christmas, and I thought it was weird when when I first got with her, and but we go over to her uncle and aunt's house every Christmas, Christmas Day, and usually at lunch we will sit down and they have spaghetti. That's what we eat for Christmas, like lunch is a spaghetti meal. And it's been like that forever because her family's Italian and that's been their tradition.
Mm.
Usually for mom, when I go over to mom's house, she'll make some ham and like potatoes and mac and cheese. Basically almost like a Thanksgiving meal, just not Thanksgiving. So sometimes she'll throw a
Interesting.
turkey in there too, just depends. But I usually look forward to your Thanksgiving top meal from mom's house and spaghetti dinner from my wife's family. And then when we go over to her sister's house, I think they're having like a taco bar or something this year. It's been different every single year.
So, like you said, it's been different every single year. Like, give us some instances. Like you said, you had tacos one year or something like that.
Well,
Give
so
us some more instances.
okay, so I think at least at her sister's for the most part when I first started dating my wife, it was kind of finger foods for the most part. Um, So, one of my main things I always like to eat during the holidays in general, and that's usually during Christmas and Thanksgiving, is sausage balls. So, sausage balls are a big
Mm.
thing, usually during a Christmas dinner, at least at her sister's house. It has been for a long time, but there has been times where we've eaten mostly just finger foods, like the little hot dogs, like pig in the blankets, basically, and some baked beans. We'll throw some baked beans in there, and um, basically a lot of side items. Sausage balls, some mac and cheese will be in there sometimes. The bacon wrapped, little weenies.
Mm.
Yeah, the barbecue ones too. That we usually will eat stuff like that. It's been some years that we've had. Like this year is going to be like a taco bar kind of set up. I think last year was something similar to that too, was a taco bar, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was
Interesting.
for Christmas we did the taco bar thing.
Very interesting. So you kind of like you stick with some tradition, but you also altercate.
Yeah, it just
You
depends
kind
on
of
where I'm at.
alternate.
So, like, my mom usually does the same thing every year. She usually makes like a Thanksgiving type meal for Christmas, also. When I was growing up, though, it was more for Christmas. It was a lot of finger foods type stuff like that Chex Mix and like you had your meat platters and stuff with the crackers and the salamis
Right.
and stuff like that. Um, so that was something we did when we got older, she started making more of a meal for Christmas too. And then of course at my wife's uncle and aunt's house, it's been especially since her grandmother was alive, it was a Christmas spaghetti dinner every every Christmas. So I always look forward to
Hmm.
that too. Eating the spaghetti dinner over at her house, or over at my uncle and aunt or her uncle and aunt's house. But as far as her sisters goes, it's been a little bit of a toss up every single year. It's been something a little bit different.
Interesting. So, oh, okay. Interesting. You just kind of try different finger foods, and then just like obviously, being Italian, you kind of
No, I'm not
have spaghetti
Italian.
a lot. Well, I mean, yeah, your
Yeah.
your your wife, but
Yeah.
I was thinking, since you express a lot of your German heritage, I was wondering if you would have any German dishes.
Not for Christmas. You gotta realize in Germany, dinners in general is more of a lighter meal. Usually your heavier meal of the day in Germany is on lunch. It's not during your dinner time. So Christmas for dinner wise was never like German custom for us, especially on my mom's side of the family. It was just not. Now, there's some mean German meals throughout the year I would eat all day long, but they are not the most fat friendly or losing weight friendly. Let's put it that way.
Right, right. And how do you see that? Like, going through a lot of these Christmas dinners and, still trying to keep track of your weight loss journey.
So yeah, it's going to play out a little weird this year. Christmas falling on a Wednesday, of course. I'm probably going to go light on Wednesday with the spaghetti dinner because I don't want to be rude and not eat, but I
Right,
can't chow down like I usually would or used to at that kind of a meal because it's very carb heavy. And then
right,
Saturday we do have our last live stream of the year, basically. So I got to keep that in mind as a cheat day also. And then we are actually not doing her sister's dinner until like 2 weeks after Christmas or something like that. So um, I think it's not this weekend after, but the weekend after that, we're doing Christmas dinner over her sister's. So as far as moms goes, we could probably schedule it for that Saturday of our live stream and be okay with there. But it looks like I might be missing out on some things because I got to go back to the doctor and get all my blood work and stuff. So,
right.
and that's pretty much the first week of January. I got to go do that. So I got to keep that in mind also.
Interesting. So you're not trying to go heavy, but you do have a lot of options.
I do have options, and I've gotten to the point now where I've lost enough weight where I'm not having to stress as much. At least I don't think I need to. We'll see what my blood work when it comes back. How my diabetes is looking like if it's gotten to a point where, I don't have to be so stringent as much as I was. But I've gotten to a place now. I'm under 300 pounds. I'm 293 as of this morning. 124 pounds down from when I started this journey back beginning of last March. So it's not
Mm.
been a full year yet, but I'm to a point now where if I have two cheat days in a week, it's not going to kill me. It may slow down my progress, and I really don't want to slow it down too much, especially getting ready to go back to the doctor. Um, so
Interesting.
yeah, I just got to make sure I keep myself, you know,
In check.
in check when it goes to Christmas, which Thanksgiving wasn't that big of an issue. Made it through Thanksgiving just fine.
Right,
And I was really
right.
worried about Thanksgiving.
Because that's all you really do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I've got and all three places that we usually go to, it's all, heavy meals. And
Right.
yeah, I was really worried that I was going to come out pretty bad off after Thanksgiving, but I actually came out in the good. So I did it just right. Switched some days around for my cheat days and came out just fine. So you can diet through Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's just you got to make sure you're disciplined enough to do it.
Right. Right. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, that was the biggest question that I had.
Are you,
Well,
my question to you, are you looking forward to Christmas?
I'd say I am. Let me tell you. I'll be the first one to tell you. And I don't mean this in any negative way whatsoever, but I am not the biggest Christmas fan.
And
And I have my reasons.
understandable.
I think it's, I could be considered a Grinch for this, but I think it's just overdone. Like I think it's not to get too political or too philosophical here, but I think it's like too corporated now. Like it's just it's that time of year again, time to go spend some money, time to go make a whole bunch of food, time to see people that bought you something. It's like I don't want that to be the reason that I see, family members or people that I hardly see
Yeah.
is because it's just some time of year. If I want to go and see, you know, any of my cousins or any of my other family, it's like I want to be there because we're family.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I have to, because it's a holiday, and now I have to go and visit them because it's a holiday. You know, and I guess you could put that for any holiday, like Thanksgiving, for instance, or maybe even Easter. But it's just like I feel like it's forced to a degree, and I feel like giving presents or eating a bunch of food, well, a lot of
A
food
lot of
in
food.
general,
Yeah.
is just like I feel like that's not the reason that people should come together,
I can understand
especially.
that. I was a little bit like that, for a long time. I just thought it was all kind of just overdone and why not visit me throughout the year than just one day of the year? But
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like we're kind of blessed as in the South in general because we have so many traditions where we actually, have other excuses to meet up with family throughout the year. I think COVID kind of tamped that down a little bit, but for the most
Mhm.
part, I mean, think about it. There's family reunions that we go do still in the South. I don't know about, I don't think the Northerns do that much, but we do family reunions a lot more. Usually if there's a birthday, we all gather together for like a kid's birthday or something. Maybe not, an adult's birthday as much, unless it's a big like 5-0 or something. But
Right.
I feel like in the South we have more reasons to get together. I mean, think about it this way. I mean, me, you, Jaden, and Andy got together. We did a live stream, but we also got together to watch football game. That
Uh,
was the real reason why
right.
we got together that night was to watch that first football game of the year. I mean, so we Southerners we find reasons to get together. So I kind of take that into consideration where I'm like, okay, well, I can't really say Christmas is overdone because I see people just that for that one time. I see people, at least family wise, throughout the whole year because of stuff like that. So
Right. Right. And that's I mean that's an arguable, you know, point and a good statement. I just think that, you know, I guess like the whole Christmas present thing and like the, over exacerbation of, decorations and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, I for one really enjoy Thanksgiving, and it's not for just the food or like, meeting all the people, but I think it's just like I think it's a good aspect that we are giving thanks to the people that we appreciate and the people that have done things for us. Kind of like Veterans Day in a
yeah,
sense, because we, give thanks to the veterans and stuff. But I like Thanksgiving because you can. It's like a day of like remembrance and like appreciation for each other and your families and like all the people that have done good by you and stuff like that. And I feel like in that sense, I guess in a morality sense, I like Thanksgiving more than just, corporate enterprise, Christmas Eve, come
well,
buy presents, come get
l-
all this stuff.
let me ask you a
It's different.
question. Do you have any like is there a tradition that you hold on to for Christmas? Is there anything that during Christmas you love doing? I have one that's it's odd, but and I'll let you go first.
Well, I'll tell you the biggest thing. In the past, you could say, as American Southerners, we've had like little shootouts and stuff like that where we all just kind of get together. But I think the biggest thing that I used to do, especially when I was younger, whenever it was more apparent, was I always went, sledding, like snow riding, and sledding through the snow and stuff like that with a lot
Yeah.
of different family members. But I mean, obviously that's a selective kind of thing because it's not always snowing on Christmas or there's not always
At
good
least not
weather on
here.
Christmas or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, especially here in the South. And I think that was probably one of the biggest traditions that I enjoyed. I mean, obviously my family has a couple, like, you know, getting all together and eating and stuff like that. But I would
Yeah.
say that's probably the biggest one.
My favorite thing to do, and I do this every year, and I've been doing it since 2013. I have a buddy that I served with in Florida. I don't get to see him but once every few years. And so I look forward to this every single year. We get together on PlayStation for Christmas. We've been doing this since, 2013, and we play GTA 5 every Christmas. I look forward to it. He looks forward to it. We get on, and that's our tradition. Every single year, never fails. We get on and we play GTA together.
Interesting. Well, I mean that's wholesome. A little different, I
Yeah,
would say,
a
than
little
most
different.
traditions,
Yeah.
but I mean that's pretty wholesome. It's nice to you know connect with your fellow service members, especially someone you served with.
Yeah, it never
But
fails. We do it
yeah, I
every
mean that's
single
a good
year.
one.
Looking forward
That's a
to
good
it
one.
this year. He's actually getting a PS5 here this weekend, and we'll be playing on it this weekend. Or I guess technically, when he gets it, we'll be playing a little bit. But Christmas Day, I mean, we both, no matter what we got going on family wise, we try to make it a point to at least play a couple hours of GTA together. And yeah, actually, if you go to Tennessee Gamers, my other YouTube page, my very first video I put on there, it's of me and him, and it's on GTA 5, and it's snowing on there because we when it snows on GTA, we get on there, we do stupid stuff. But
Hmm.
and I've got a Challenger, and we're on at the airport, and we're driving around, and I'm sitting there like revving my engine up, and he's like barreling down at me to basically T-bone me. And that car in GTA will pop up, will basically wheelie, if you rev it up and let go of the brake. And I timed, I mean, perfect. I pop that sucker up, and he just goes straight underneath me. Yeah, it was the very first video I posted on that channel, and yeah, that was the Christmas event we did, um, hanging out, just having a good time, and I look forward to that every single year.
That's interesting. I like that. I like that. That's cool. That's
The
cool.
service members will find ways to hang out with each other if we can, and yeah, that's one thing we do. I look forward to it.
Now, this might be a little off topic, but do you see that changing with like the new GTA coming out like what next year or something?
If it does come out next year, but I mean we'll play that one together for Christmas. Um, we're both going to get it when it comes out, so that one of the reasons why I had to make sure he got him a PS5 before too long, because that game will be coming out. I mean, let's put this in context. When GTA 5 came out, it was in 2013, I think, and
Hmm.
we both stood in line together at the local GameStop for that release to get our game.
Really?
Yeah. So we were to go get that game together that like 12 o'clock in the morning when it launched. So
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I
so
mean, I know that like the storyline is set in like what, Florida or something like
yeah,
that, or
Miami.
Miami.
That's where he lives too. That's what's wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he's
But
definitely looking forward to that game.
I wonder how they'll do that, seeing as how it doesn't snow in Miami.
I don't think they'll probably do a snow thing. They'll probably have some kind of other Christmas aspect to it, but it won't have snow. Of course, it doesn't snow in LA either.
Yeah, I guess it probably doesn't.
Yeah,
But
so and
I
they
don't
still
know.
have snow on GTA 5, so
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I've never thought about that if it snows in LA.
it doesn't snow in LA.
I mean, it's possible they'll probably put like a little event, like a little snow event or something like that. But
I could see him doing it. Uh which is, it's whatever. I mean, if the it's really not about the snow part of it. I mean, yeah, we like the snow. We think it's fun for them to add that.
right,
But
right,
I mean, that's not going to make or break us playing it. Um,
right. Interesting. But to answer your question originally, no, I don't. I mean, I guess you could say I'm prepared for Christmas, but I'm not gonna say that I'm not looking forward to it. It's just I don't feel as enthusiastic as I do with other holidays.
Usually I'm not. Usually I am just like, let's just get this, holiday out of the way kind of thing. This year I am fully ready for Christmas. I'm excited for it. And it's gone so bad, a few years where we just don't even, I'll buy her presents, and when they come, here you go. I don't even wrap them, and she does the same thing
Mm,
for me. And we just don't, you know,
right.
do much as far as that goes. But this year we went, like, I got all her stuff wrapped. It's underneath the tree. It's been under the tree since I've gotten it. I did Black Friday shopping, which I don't ever do. And
Mm,
yeah, so I went. I did it all this year.
interesting. Do you decorate a lot for Christmas?
Yeah, well, I used to do it a whole lot. This year I did quite a bit. I mean, the man cave, which you've been here, but there's a Christmas tree up. Actually, I can paint it over here. Um, Christmas tree is up,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's make sure I didn't move my camera too far out of. Yeah, okay. It's up in the man cave. There's a tree downstairs in the living room. I've got lights outside on my deck and in on the front door. Um, so yeah, it's
Interesting.
it's decked out as far as Christmas goes.
I feel like Christmas has a lot of work into it as well. Like you got to put a lot of effort in because I mean you don't really decorate a lot for a lot of other holidays. I mean, sure you might do it
I
for like
don't,
seasons, like
but my wife usually she likes to decorate, you know, the house up for like the seasons wise, especially like fall, and she'll decorate the house for fall, and she'll decorate the house for Christmas. This year
right.
she decorated quite a bit for Christmas, so we are we're ready to go as far as that goes. We're yeah.
Yeah. I mean it is this Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
I can't believe, like I said on the beginning of the stream, I can't believe we are here. We are this. It's the end of the year is right around the corner, and it feels like it got here so quick. It was just like yesterday. It was Thanksgiving, and then I was swimming 2 days ago. It's crazy.
right, right. Yeah, I know. I mean like I guess are you going to do a New Year's stream?
No, no, not with Southern Day. We've never done a New Year's stream. We kind of did one year when it was like the last Saturday of the year. It fell like on New Year's Eve. We did
Mhm.
a video for it, but we've never done any kind of stream or anything. Our last stream of the year, I already know what food we're trying out. It has nothing to do with New Year's or anything, but I already know what we're going to be doing for it. So yeah, there's nothing for New Year's for that, and really tomorrow's video is about the only thing we're going to do for Christmas. We may throw out a special video just thanking everybody on Thursday or on Wednesday for this year, because I mean this year we've really, I mean it's like the last video I put up, you know, the restaurant shared it to Facebook, and uh, people are on DoorDash leaving reviews saying they've seen our
Mhm.
video, and
Mhm.
so I mean, that video did very well for our channel.
Right.
And so we'll probably throw out a thank you to everybody video, letting them everybody know thank you for doing everything they've done for us. Because it was without y'all in general, um, we would have never get any views. I mean, so
Right. So, be that as it is, um, do you have any goals that you're looking forward to next year, especially affiliated with your channel?
I'd like to hit 3,000 at least.
Okay.
I probably want to run an ad in January, um, while we're off, just to keep the channel, still processing, still, getting views coming in, because I mean, it's usually our dead month anyways. So,
Mhm.
um, we'll do something. I'll do that in January. That will probably bring subscribers and stuff, anyways. But uh, yeah, I'm looking to hopefully at least get 3,000 subscribers. If we can break 5,000, which is that's a big goal or a big shoot.
That's a jump.
Yeah, it's a jump. I'll be happy if we can do that. I was worried because I did run a promotion earlier this year that a lot of the subscribers that joined up would just there were just like bots basically, and they would fall off, and that's not the case. We've had people fall off here and there, but this past video, I mean, we ended up getting like 10 or 11 subscribers just off of it. So it could happen. I mean, it could happen where we can, get 5,000. I would like to get our watch time hours over 3,000 hours watched by the end of next year, so we can start making money off this channel. 4,000 is the one we're really shooting for. But if I can get 3,000 and break that first threshold, that'll be a plus.
So do you have any goals towards like trying new things this year? Like, is there any new restaurants that you've been thinking about, or?
Oh, well, we have a list of places that we're going to be trying out, and I'm going to try to. Plan is trying to get every video that you'll have on Saturday, not the live streams, but the regular videos. Actually, the live streams probably too, maybe, but mostly the videos in themselves. They will all be of local places.
Okay.
So no more like, this fast food just dropped this item, let's try it out, because those videos are fun and all, but they don't get a lot of, they don't get a lot of traction, and then they die out super fast.
Right. Right. Well, I think it's interesting that you're going to stick to local businesses and local, restaurants and stuff like that. Do you have any in mind that you might be willing to share?
So I have a list right now of places that, let's see, let me find that list. Where is it? There it is. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places already listed down to try out. So that's 2 months worth of videos. Boom. We're done. And that's none of none of these places have stuff we've tried before. In fact, it's funny. One of these places is kind of like almost right next door to the place that we just had last week, or I just did last weekend. One of these will be knocked out next week, so I won't even mention them, but they'll be knocked out next week for a live stream. But like Bluff City Diner, Home Slice Cafe, Bondo to Burgers, Millie's Authentic Jamaican, Burger Hut, Jiggy Hut, and Jet's Pizza are all on the list. So
interesting. So are you going to try like restaurants, or is that off the table? Like, do you want to try like a steakhouse kind of thing, or would you be more towards like kind of fast food but not fast food?
It's hard to do like an actual like sit down restaurant, because one, there's there's noise everywhere, people chatting and talking. Unless I can get there super early before they've got customers running through the doors. And then two, you got to know you don't know if they're going to let you film in there. So it may be just a worthless attempt to try to go and do. Some people want their stuff reviewed. Some people don't. That's why we usually don't say anything to anybody. And two, I don't like showing up to a place and reviewing them on basis on, I don't want my food experience to be different than anybody else's food experience that they would go and get their stuff tried out. That's why a lot of our stuff has been done through DoorDash, because I don't want my face to be seen at that place. I don't want, I don't know if they'll recognize me or not. They may not, but then again, they may. I've been recognized out in Bristol before. I don't know if it's getting around in the local restaurant, group that we're trying out places, and there's a YouTube channel trying out local places in this area. And I don't want to have that factor into my decision making, or at least my food when I get it. Maybe they treated it extra special. I don't want that. I want it to be just like any other experience that you would get when you would go to a place, or any other person would go to a place. I don't want it to be tainted in any way, shape, or form. So going to a restaurant, having a camera and, audio equipment and all that stuff, they're going to be like looking at it like, oh, it's a food reviewer. We need to make sure we, do extra care to this to make so they get the right treatment. And I don't want that to happen. So that's why we like to do stuff here, get DoorDash food here. So there's a chance where I don't have to worry about that. And I'm getting basically what anybody else does. And that's why when I ordered Paisley's, I didn't tell them that I was going to be trying out their food. They probably never even heard of me. And, I DoorDashed it. It came here and my socks were blown off, just the fact that how good it was. And I'm sure anybody else that gets a pizza from there is going to get that same degree,
Right. And the goal is to give the most unbiased responses, possible, because it is a food review. It is purely a review.
Yeah.
And purely, your opinion, obviously. And I think that is a good philosophy to go into a lot of these different places, because you will probably have people recognize you. Especially if some of these smaller businesses, some of these smaller eateries, if they recognize you, they want to be on the top of their game, which really in all reality, if somebody comes down here they've never seen before, they might give them a different experience. So I could see how that's really a big stressor.
Yeah, you just got to make sure. And the bigger we get, the more people is going to recognize us. And so you don't want to walk into a place in a restaurant and like, hey, is it cool if I film in here? Oh, you're filming our content. Oh, that's right. You're Southern DNA. Yeah. You sit over here in this nice spot, and this where the good lighting is. And, we'll get that food right to you. And there's like 5 other families waiting on their food that just ordered way before us. And yeah, I don't want any of that. I don't want that, Now, if you want to do that for me when I'm not trying out food,
yeah.
By all means,
just a little side note, just a little side note. But that's interesting. That's a good little.
Like there's a video I'll be doing in January. We've already tasted their food out, so it's not like we haven't reviewed them before. I don't mind going back to a place and doing a more of an in-depth look at the place. But as far as like the initial taste test, yeah, I'd rather it not be altered of any sort. Let's try to make this as good as it gets.
Right. Well, that's a good one.
That's why we blow these, like, fast food's world's worst. Fast food is the worst. I don't care how many times whether we're doing a video on it or not, and I'm just door dashing something. Fast food is the world's worst of them just not doing their job, and we will rake them over their coals every single time. Now if it's a local, restaurant, we'll go a little easier on them because I don't want to like put someone out of business,
Right.
And not that I have the power to, but I don't want my review to taint anything to make them. But we'll be as honest as we can, but it's easy. But fast food, I don't care if you're McDonald's and you're sending me junk because your workers are too lazy to do their job. I will rake you under the coals every time.
That's fair. That's fair assessment. Especially with all the corporate nonsense and stuff like that. It's not like, your review is really going to affect a huge corporate business,
No, and even if it did, it wouldn't be enough to even put a dent in anything.
Right. And it's not like they're, you're not gonna pay $15 for the world's greatest burger,
Yeah.
It's you pay for what you get.
Exactly. It is what it is. If you're choosing to go like McDonald's or Wendy's or something like that, you know what you're getting. It's not great. It's mediocre at best, you know. And so you're getting, but my biggest gripe is when I order something, and I'm pretty picky anyways, so are you. But if I
Mm.
order like no mustard or no mayonnaise and it comes with extra mayo, I'm like, one, either you're just too dumb to read, or two, you did that just to be a moron. And I have no time for people messing with my food. So
Right. Right. Interesting.
because
Well,
I've done fast food. It's not hard. You read, you put things together, you give it to the customer. It's not hard.
yeah, I mean, you literally have a screen telling you how to make it
Yeah.
and stuff like
I
that.
worked at 2 different fast food restaurants, and it was simple. I mean, the hardest thing you had to do for me was one, like drive-through was a little bit hectic sometimes, especially during lunch rush hours, and cashier just finding stuff on the screen to push the buttons. That was the hardest part of the whole job. Cooking at both those places and prepping and putting all the stuff together was the easiest thing. You read, you follow the directions, and you're good to go.
Yeah. And you're doing that all day.
Yeah, you're doing that all day long. It's pretty monotonous, but you know what? So that's the job, you know.
That's the job.
And if you can't handle that, there's that probably not be the best place for you. There's other places that you can go try out. I mean, there's lawn care and janitor services. Some places maybe that's a better
Right,
option for
yeah.
you. If you can't
Yeah,
read a
there's-
screen and put your stuff together. I mean, these jobs were meant for high schoolers anyways. To
Yeah.
But
Get
yeah.
into the workforce, especially with the hours. And
Yeah, so I mean, that's what those jobs are meant for. And I think my biggest gripe is I think when we got away from, that being a high school type job to more of a career path, that really brought in the lazier side of people. And because, I
Right.
mean, high schoolers, they're there, they know how to read, they know how to, stay. Now, they may be on the dumber side on some things, but at least they can read and follow directions.
True. I mean, interesting. Well, talk me through some of your favorite videos this year.
Let's see. Favorite videos this year. I enjoyed, I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed my Arkansas videos just because, I went to a new place and tried new things that I hadn't had before. I enjoyed the town or the trail days, walking through trail days, and although there wasn't much going on at the Ramp Festival, trying those types of videos out since that's not really something that we do. Those were kind of on the fun side to do something different there. We might try to do something similar to that this year. But yeah, those were probably my favorite videos of the year. As far as food goes, that's a whole different topic. But as far as the videos themselves, I think those videos were the best to do. Was the Arkansas trip and the trail days and Ramp Festival, because it was just something that we haven't done before, and kind of shook it up because we've been doing this since 2019. So anything kind of new was nice to have.
Do you see yourself doing that more next year?
I don't know if we'll do a trail days video again. If we do trail days this year, I want to do it a little bit different. I want to talk to some of the vendors, sit down with them and kind of interview, about what products that they got going on there. It's kind of hard to do with food because all the food's located right next to the stage and there's so much music going on. But there was vendors there that kind of noticed that we were filming the stuff. So, we talked to one vendor, but it was so close to the stage that you couldn't hear, what was going on. So I may try to see what the schedule of the bands and stuff, and then kind of try to go when there's not music playing and see if that helps out also. But I would like to kind of do something different in that aspect, is to try that out and see how the video comes out. I think it will be a little bit better received because there was a lot of just, music playing and walking and just like looking, other than there was much of content of actual substance. So I would like to do something like that. There's a lot of different festivals that we didn't hit, and
Right.
we're going to look at those this year. There was a couple that we wanted to hit, it just didn't work out. Things going on, couldn't be there for it. Either it rained or something. Also, that we were interested in going to do, and we couldn't get around
Didn't
to
have
do
the
it.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we look forward to doing stuff like that again. At least I do. I don't know about Andy. I can't speak for him, but I look forward to
Right.
doing stuff like that because it's just different. I like trying out food. I do. I like trying out food. I like trying out the different stuff that's going on. I know there's food out right now that I could shoot a video on tomorrow and get it out like midweek, but I just don't really care about the item. I just don't find the item very fascinating.
Right.
You know,
Right. The appeal isn't there.
yeah, and I doubt people will too. Now we probably could do it. We could probably do it and throw it out there, and it'd be a 10-minute video. But it's just not something that I'm excited about. Now I was excited about doing the trip videos because they're just more fun, and I'd like to do more than that. With my wife having a new job, it's easier for me to do stuff like that. And I have to say, shout out to her because I didn't know if I was going to be able to go do the Arkansas trip. And I know I had to go there for my buddy's wedding and be the minister over that. But I was concerned because we do have a dog. She has seizures and she's navigating that. And it's kind of hard to be away when you know that she could have another seizure at any moment. And she was super good. I was able to go and be gone for a couple days, and I wasn't having to worry about it as much as I thought I was going to have to, and was able to go and do that. So I have to shout out to her for doing that. I appreciate that. Love you, babe, if you watch this, which I know you probably won't.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you've got people supporting you. And I mean, I'm glad that you've got a lot of supporters for those kinds of videos because I mean, those are I would say given the content of your channel, those are like kind of outliers to what you normally do, but I think those are like good attractors and like good kind of like breaks or like intermissions for what you normally produce.
Yeah, and I liked it for July because July we usually take our break during that time, and it just worked out where we had those videos in the mix, or excuse me, in the mix, and I was waiting to put them out. And I was like, July we usually take off. Why not? Let's throw these up here, see if they'll get any traction. And they didn't get a whole lot, but I enjoyed them more than anything. So like I said, it was the first. I think it was the very first time I used the Action 4 camera and the DJI microphones. So they were rough. They were very rough, but I had fun making it, and I look forward to making some more content doing stuff like that again. So I look forward to it.
Right. Right. Was there anything that surprised you? Like, in particular?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know how other people would react. I didn't know how other people would react to having a camera, as you're walking through. Because if you're in New York City and if you're like in Chicago or Seattle, or you got people have cameras everywhere, everybody's got cameras out. So it's just another thing. Here in the South, that's not the case, especially like in small towns. People are not out vlogging, they're not out walking around talking to, the air basically. And I didn't know how, like going to trail days, I didn't know how people would react to someone like walking around with a camera and filming everything. And no one cared. And I was like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable about doing this then, because I didn't know how people was going to react, get that camera out of my face. Why are you filming me? That kind of thing. I didn't want that to happen. But yeah, no one cared. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. So it made me feel a little bit more relaxed that I can go do this and not look like a complete idiot, that was one thing that did
Right.
surprise me about
Right.
doing those types of content. And I was wondering if anybody was just going to jump in frame, like, oh, look, someone's on camera. Woo. But that didn't happen either. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, because as a kid, I was doing
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, I saw, but a lot of people didn't film, back when I was a kid. So, especially out in
Right.
public, if there was someone, it was usually like a news station, but yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's usually news broadcast.
yeah, so I mean, I, that surprised me, that surprised me that it was, no one cared, and they was like, oh, someone's filming, whatever,
Right. Interesting. Interesting. Well, trying to think of a good question. Let's see. Was there any foods that you found that you really liked? Like, was there any restaurant, for instance, that you really enjoyed the most? Well, maybe not the most, but like,
Well,
if you had to like
sadly
make a tier
enough,
list.
yeah, sadly enough, the deli market's closed. I don't know why they closed, but I enjoyed their burger. I don't know why. I really don't. Angry Italian closed, I think, this year too. Those two places that I really enjoyed, and they're both gone. As far as recently, Paisley's, I can't wait to have another pizza from Paisley's. That pizza was, geez, it was good. That blew me away. But other than that, there's
Mm.
not really been a place that's been so stand out, that I'm just like, I can't wait to go try it again or eat from there. Most of it's just like, oh, it's good. I'll eat there again, whatever. But I'm not in a rush. Paisley's, I'm looking forward to eating. May eat it tomorrow evening when we get back from birthday party. So
Mm. Yeah, I've been meaning to try Paisley's. Honestly, I seen that video and I seen the DoorDash comment and I was like, man, it must have been a good video.
I was shocked. I literally, and you can see it in my face, I was literally shocked when I ate that pizza because I was just like, well, it's another local pizza place. They probably are as generic as the rest of it. And I've literally did videos and with people like, man, this is my favorite pizza place. And I'm just like, I'm afraid to even release this video, because I tried the pizza. I'm just like, it's an okay pizza. It's nothing fantastic about it. And,
Right.
I know I'm gonna get ripped for putting that video out, but I was, my wife had suggested because she had it at work. She's like, you need to try this place; it's really good. And my wife has different tastes than I do as far as food goes, so I was like, okay, well, I'll try to put it in my mix. And then I seen it on DoorDash. I was like, okay, let's try this out. And I got it.
Yeah.
And the garlic knots, I was like, oh, these are not bad garlic knots. Nothing fantastic about them or anything. They're not bad. And then I bit down the pizza and I'm just like, this is a dang good pizza. Like, I was
Yeah.
thrown aside because, I don't know how many pizzas we've done so far, but we've probably done almost every single pizza place in this area.
Mm.
At least in Bristol and Johnson City, we've almost hit every open pizza place we've pretty much done. And that one just, it shocked me because it wasn't like anything else that we've tried,
Right.
So I was pleasantly surprised, and I can't wait to go back and try it out or eat more of it. More than try it, it's more eat more of it. I want to eat more.
Right. Right. Do you see that? Do you see that becoming another video next year?
We may do an in-depth, or I might. I don't know if Andy will, because I usually do more of the in-depth stuff myself. It's kind of hard to do when an in-depth thing when you got two people trying to ask questions to one person. The video just doesn't
Right.
come out very well. So I might do an in-depth on that place. I know one of the places we were trying, I actually talked to him a few weeks ago, and he's already green lighted me coming down and doing an in-depth video on the place. It's in a historical place for Bristol, so that kind of works out. But there's a chance if they're interested, I'm interested. I'd be willing to go do an in-depth look at that place and actually in person, because I already believe in their pizza. Their pizza, whoever's making pizza at that place, I'm gonna tell you right now, you know how to make a pizza. You know what pizza should taste like.
Right. Right.
So
That's
I'd be
good.
willing to do it.
Do you see doing more interviews for like some of the restaurants that you try out next year?
This year I kind of wanted to do some interview-based stuff, but not just restaurants, but local businesses in general, like the Paramount Theater in Bristol. I tried reaching out to them, got nobody reached back to me. I reached out to the Moonlight in Abingdon right when they first opened back up, or at least was bought, and where they were working on it. He was interested in doing it, but he was busy, and we just couldn't line up, get anything set up to do. So that option's still there. But I've reached out to when the Cameo Theater was open, never got any response back from him. He actually talked to the owner, and I guess he just wasn't interested in doing anything, which is, no sweat off my back. If you're not interested, you're not interested,
Right. Right. Well, I mean, I know the what was it, the deli market, after you did a video on them.
Yeah, he
they
asked us
really
to come back, and do another video, which I was
Yeah.
more than happy to, because the burger was great. So I would like to do, more in depth of locations, and not just restaurants, but local businesses in general, especially places I've been around for a long time. I wouldn't mind doing some stuff like that.
Right. Right. I think going more in depth into some of the locations that you try would be, kind of cool to see, especially like, I don't remember if you did or not, but I know in the deli market video you kind of got like a behind the scenes look, like you looked at how the process was made and stuff like that. I think, going to some other places like local places, doing those or producing those kinds of videos would be kind of cool, especially like, you know, maybe not expose them in a sense, but
Yeah.
like
This is how you do this. Ah.
yeah, yeah, but like, just kind of, get to know them maybe a little bit more on a personal level,
I'm willing.
just kind of
I don't mind doing that, but it's got to be of a place that we've already taste tested blindly, on their side of it.
right,
So
right. One that you've already gave an unbiased answer to.
yeah, and
before.
there's been places that we've tried out, and the review's not been great. Let's put it that way. The review's been like lukewarm at best. And they've reached out and said, thank you for the review. We would like you to come back and give us a second shot. I'm more than willing to do that, But if it's a
Right.
place that, and we've had places that, we've tried out in corporate places, Logan's, that we got ripped by the staff of that place. And it didn't turn out too well for them. Let's put it that way. We didn't say anything, but other people that had visited that place were commenting saying, "Yeah, your food's garbage." So, yeah,
Oof. Yeah, I could see that kind of falling back. And and that's another thing, like you go for a second time, and what if they treat you differently? Like what if they do things? I mean, I guess you were kind of looking for different, kind of better at least, but it's like
yeah,
at what
and
point does it becomes biased?
yeah,
you
and
know?
that's the thing. Like when we do a second review of a place, it's usually not there. It's not at the location. Now, if we tried it and I believe that food is probably the best in the area or something different in that area, yeah, I'll do an in-person video of that place and show what it's like. But if it's like a retry, like it's a second chance, you're not knowing I'm coming. It's going to be like just every other day, someone's going to come in and get the food, and you don't know that your video is going to be made, because I don't want you to be on your game because you didn't know
Right.
I was there the first time. and that's how your game was. I don't want it to be any different. If you stepped up your practices since then, yeah, let's try it out again then. But you're going to have to be on your game every single day, because it's not going to be, the next week. It's going to be on a random day that you don't know.
You're not expecting
and you're not expecting it, and you're not going to see me coming, and I'm not going to have cameras in there. It's going to be at here, of course. And then if you do better and you want an in-depth video, then sure.
That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment of giving people second chances, especially whenever it comes to like biases and stuff like that. Because I mean, that's the biggest thing. You're just trying to give people a review on how your experience went, as if you were, an everyday average Joe. Right?
Yeah, I don't want it to be any different. I don't want no special circumstances especially when I'm making videos. I want it, because that taints the review. That taints the process, and every review I'm giving, most restaurants know this. The good restaurants know this. It is free advertisement. Good or bad, the review coming back good or bad is free advertisement. Because if it's good, you're going to get people coming in to try your food out. If it's bad, you get people coming in to try your food out to see if I was off my rocker.
Right.
It's free advertisement. You're being talked about. Now, you can tell a good restaurant from a bad restaurant just based off of how they respond to a bad review. And if they get a bad review or a review that they're not liking, they will come out vehemently against the reviewer. Instead of just saying, hey, we disagree with your take on it. Would you like to give us a second chance? That I respect a place that, says, we don't agree with your take. Would you please give us a second chance? I respect that. I don't respect a place coming out of nowhere and just attacking you for you giving an honest opinion on a place. I don't get paid to do this right now. This is my own money going into this video, and I'm giving my honest opinion to anybody that's watching if they should eat at a place or not. Either way, it's free advertisement. You have lost nothing at that point as far as the restaurant goes. Or the viewer at that point, they've lost absolutely nothing. So it's how they respond is how well, is how they'll do as far as the restaurant goes. I mean, if they come back and they go hard in the paint against me, it's probably not going to go good in your favor, because that's showing that's looking bad on you. I just gave an honest take. If you come hard in the paint and you come at me sideways, that just shows how poorly you can run a business. Now, if you come out and say, hey, we just don't agree with you, maybe you should come try it out for yourself. Hey, feel free. If that's what you want to do, feel free. You handled it properly. Bravo. You're a good restaurant. And a good owner, or manager or whatever.
Right. That's fair. I mean, that's fair. Well, that's all the questions I had for you, but I believe that's all the time I have. But
that's all the time.
I appreciate you for letting me on.
That's all the time he has, folks. Tune in next time.
Yeah. No, I mean, come in for the next CNN interview,
Yeah, I'm probably going to wrap things up myself, because the wife will be getting home here in a little bit, and I want to get online and do some stuff before she gets home, and before we go somewhere or we don't go. I don't know what we're doing, but anyways, I'll be wrapping things up also. Cody, thank you for joining me today, asking me these questions. For anybody that watches this afterwards, don't forget about the links in the description to support me and the channel. And most importantly, thank you for all those people that share and like and comment. That helps build the channel. So we'll have one more Friday stream. which is next Friday. And then we'll have the Saturday stream next Saturday. And then we're done for 2024. We'll be back my birthday weekend, 2025 in February. And I'll catch. You want to say it this time, Cody? Do you want to give the honors this time? Do you want to say it?
It's your last time.
No, I got a week still. I got a week. So do you want to?
Well, that's true.
Do you want to give the honors? You can say it this week.
I'll say it, man. I'll say it.
All right. We will see you
Whenever
next
you're ready.
time.
Let's get it.